With the upcoming wear and tear updates for college football 26, we knew we'd be getting a season health meter and a career health meter. We now know how both of those will function, along with a lot of the sliders that will impact wear and tear and make it more customizable for the user. Let's talk about it. What's happening? Welcome back into JCCFB, where you can see all kinds of college football video game content with me, JC, trying to keep you up to date on all the news in the lead up to college football 26, where we'll then hit you with some gameplay content. So if you haven't yet, be sure you're subscribed here to the channel. If you're a fan of the college football video game, you can help us out that way, or by hitting that thumbs up button. That helps a ton with that YouTube algorithm, helps us find more college football video game fans like yourself. But if you're someone that just can't get enough college football video game content, I would recommend hitting that join button in the video description or over on the YouTube channel homepage. If you're able, become a channel member, be a CFB sicko here on the JCCFB channel. Help us keep this mic recording, that camera rolling. And with that, you're going to get a ton of bonus content, including exclusive mini schemes, playbook tips, weekly real life college football recap shows, and a whole lot of other fun stuff we have planned there for our channel members. Appreciate that. And with that being said, we're getting ready to dive in now and talk a little bit about wear and tear upgrades for college football 26. I know we talked about this briefly in the past, but we now have official info on how these season health meters, these career health meters are going to work, plus the new upgrades they've made to make wear and tear so much more customizable, including all kinds of different slider settings you can utilize in your dynasties. That's going to make wear and tear more manageable in college football 26, and also believe it will function better. Let's get into it. Now let's get into wear and tear in Dynasty, where it's going to play a key role, I think. Managing wear and tear. Much like a boxer, a football player's body can only take so many hits before it starts to break down. It's not just about them being injured, it's about how their body responds to the physical demands of the season. Every hit adds up, and as OG says, not all hits are created equal. Some players are able to endure wear and tear over the long term, while others wear down under the weight of repeated impacts. So now, something that we've touched on previously that we kind of knew was coming is a season health meter and a career health meter for wear and tear. Not just something you got to manage game by game. And, it of course would affect you kind of through season, but you didn't exactly know where you stood because sometimes that would reset. Now you have like a season health meter that carries on throughout the season, and even a career one at that. In 26, every player now has season and career health pools that help determine how much wear and tear damage they can recover in a single season and over the course of their career. Each time a player recovers wear and tear damage, it draws from these pools. So say you get a guy, he gets down to, severe near injury status. Maybe he's down to the red. Maybe he doesn't even have any pips left. The next game, maybe he'll get back, fully healthy, back to green again. But that's going to take his career health meter down a little bit, his season health meter down a little bit. So that adds into how you want to manage these guys throughout your season, which yet again continues to make this so customizable. And dynasties are going to be so strategic here in 26, guys, because a lot of these new stuff that they're added. Once the season health pool is depleted, so if your season health pool is all the way down, that player can no longer recover until the offseason when they fully recover. So if you run out of season health, you better not play that guy, or if you're going to play him, you better save him for the last game of the season and play him then, because he can't recover again if his wear and tear goes. He'll be at zero. He'll be at red or zero pips, whatever, for the rest of the season until the offseason if you run out of that season health meter. We saw the effects of season health play out in last year's Natty. Entering the matchup, Notre Dame quarterback had logged 167 attempts on the season, 53 coming in the last 3 games. On the opening drive, he led an 18-play, 75-yard touchdown march where he carried the ball more than 9 times. That added a significant amount of wear and tear, and when combined with the workload he'd taken all season, it was clear his body had started to break down. From that point forward, his performance dipped noticeably, and he wasn't the same player for the rest of the game. And here we see an example of somebody with severe wear and tear here in the game. And look here. When you look at the wear and tear now, this is the season and health meters. So the S represents your season career health, your season wear and tear meter, and your career wear and tear meter. So, and always keep in mind, once a player's season health is empty, they will no longer recover. How does season health change season to season? At the end of each season, the pool replenishes. However, the size of the pool is determined by how full it was at the end of the season. For example, a player who finishes the season with their health pool near empty will begin next year with a smaller health pool. So, if you run that thing all the way down, it might have been, a full length. Now it might be 3/4 length. This reflects the physical wear and tear carried over the course of the season. Conversely, a player who finished the year with a pool almost full will begin the next year with an almost identical health pool size, no reduction. You'll also be able to see the impacts of a player's season health on their career health bar over the course of the season. In effect, you're now having to manage a player's quote unquote career clock. How heavily a player is used from year to year will significantly impact their longevity, adding a new layer of decision making to wear and tear management week to week and season to season. And you can see this anywhere that wear and tear is displayed. They'll have the season and career meters there as well. They've also updated the player module to include a wear and tear sub panel that can be accessed with the right stick. This allows you to quickly view a player's wear and tear health at a glance. Auto sub strategy is now incorporated wear and tear strategies by position, giving you control over how players are rotated in and out during games based on wear and tear damage. And here's the strategies. I think we talked about this a little bit in the gameplay deep dive. Keep fresh, normal, grinded out, and custom. You can use those here for your wear and tear settings, which we did highlight on a little bit there in the gameplay deep dive. But they also added a suite of wear and tear sliders to give you full control over wear and tear and how it behaves in Dynasty and gameplay. Lets you fine tune how much wear and tear is applied based on tackle types. So there's all kinds of different ones involved there. As you see here, hit stick, cut stick, sack impact, block impact, block impact. All of that can affect wear and tear, and you can determine how much. Of course, it's automatically set at 50, but set it however you like. So there you have it. A lot of changes for wear and tear in college football 26, and I think they're welcome changes. I think a lot of people liked the idea of the system in 25, but it certainly didn't function the way that I think that they kind of really wanted it to. It was a little bit OP at times. It was inconsistent at times. And I think now on college football 26, they've not only, hopefully got the kinks ironed out, but they've also said, hey, if you want to adjust how this impacts your player, you now have the ability to do that. If you don't want it to take away 20, 25 throw power points, you got slider settings to adjust how all of these individual things impact wear and tear, which I think is a really cool touch. And yet again, continues to add to what has been my theme here when talking about college football 26, most customizable college football video game ever, potentially. So excited about some of these wear and tear changes, but that's just my opinion. Would love to hear yours as well. Drop it in the comments section below. Appreciate those interactions as we continue to try and grow the JCCFB community. Another way you can help with that is just by hitting that thumbs up button. That helps out with that crazy YouTube algorithm. And then being sure you've hit that subscribe button. You're getting these videos directly into your news feed every time that they drop. And that'll happen again once the game comes out and we're hitting you with gameplay content instead of these news updates. So if you're a fan of this video game, be sure you got that subscribe button clicked here on JCCFB. I'd really appreciate that, just like I appreciate you tuning into this video, and I will catch you on the next one.